I am a young First Nations entrepreneur from Kitigan First Nations, and I am the founder and CEO of Decontie Clean. I started Decontie Clean a little bit over a decade ago, and I currently expanded to the National Capital Region in 2023. So the services that we provide are janitorial services. We also provide carpet cleaning and upholstery cleaning as well. We first started off residential. I started off when I was like 15 years old, so back in 2010. It all started from the need to solve a small problem. So my mom has allergies and asthma, so she would clean her upholstery twice a year, not for the appearance, but for the health benefits. And so her friends would come over to her house and be like, "Oh my God, Lori, like your couch looks brand new and it smells like so fresh. If I paid you, would you mind coming to clean my couch?" And then so my mom's a very busy woman, so she's like, "Gavin," she's like, "I have some friends asking me like to clean their couches. Would you like to learn how to use the machine and make a few extra bucks?" And for me, I was very excited because as a high school student, I was like excited to make some extra cash. And from there, it like word of mouth kind of went around. I didn't put it out there at all. Like the next year, I noticed that the friends, my mom's friends that I would clean for, like their friends would come over. So like I had people like outreaching me, like not from my mom's friends, but like from their friends. And so in 2014, that's when I kind of I graduated high school in 2013. And when I graduated high school, I ended up going to Seja Heritage College for a semester. And then after that semester, I realized like I didn't really like the social program course that I was in, so I decided to take time off. And when the spring rolled around in 2014, I decided to take stuff a little bit more serious by putting flyers out within like the Native Reserve, by posting on Facebook. And from 2014, I started to get a lot more clients. And in 2015, I was approached by the director from the Kitigan Health and Social Services, and she's like, "Hi Gavin," she's like, would you be able to meet with me sometime?" So I was like, "Yeah, for sure." So like I'm just expecting it's like gonna be her. So when I walk into the health center, we go into the boardroom, and the boardroom's like full of people, and I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like kind of like I was like so shocked because I wasn't sure. I'm like what was, like what was going, like I knew I was gonna like give quotes and stuff, but I was kind of like a little bit more anxious. And so they were asking me like, "Oh, like how much would you charge for cleaning office chairs?" Because like I do upholstery and stuff, and they have like so much different buildings within that one sector. So I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll get back to you with a quote." So I remember going home and I was like, "Oh my God, Mom," I was like, they're asking me how much I would charge to do office chairs because they have like this many office chairs in like each building, and they wanted it done like seasonally. So we ended up submitting the quote, and this year, since it's 2025, marks 10 years that I've been shampooing seasonally for the Kitigan Health and Social Services. So when 2016 came around, I decided to take a 2-year police foundations course at Algonquin College. And from there, I was traveling almost every single day, 2 hours from Kitigan, 2 hours to Ottawa while going to school during the day, then traveling 2 hours back to my reserve, eating if I even had enough time, like supper, going in to do my contracts from like 5 to 10, 5 to 11. I would then go to my mom's house, eat, brush my teeth, prepare for the next day. So I did that for 2 years. And after 2 years, I realized that policing wasn't my passion and that I wanted to do my business full time, because I realized that after doing the traveling 2 years for policing, it's like I was still traveling back and forth for my cleaning contracts, and I knew that there was a lot of potential in this. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take the leap of faith. And at first my mom was hesitant because like she's not a business owner, my dad's not a business owner. She's like, like you went to school, like I think like you should do your policing, like you could make a career out of it. So I was like, usually I listen to my parents, right? I used to always like people please. And then I was like, no, I was like, Mom, I really want to do my business. So an opportunity came around in 2018, the year that I graduated from Algonquin College. There was an opportunity for a one-year business course offered from Heritage College. And so within that 1 year from 2018 to 2019, I did that one-year business course. I worked with the economic development officer on our reserve every single week because I was applying for a grant to build my headquarters. And the reason why I was applying to build my headquarters was because the organizations, I started to do interior detailing like of vehicles. And so I had the organizations ask me, like, instead of just doing it in the summer and like the fall time, they were like, hey, we like kind of need somebody like full time, like all like seasonally, you know? So I'm like, okay, I'm like, it's the perfect opportunity. So working with the economic development officer while doing my contracts, still doing residential cleaning, I was working with the economic development officer on the business plan for Decontie Clean to build our headquarters. And from within that 1 year, I worked with him and I ended up making this manifestation vision board because I'm a big manifester. I still have this vision board till this day. So on the board, it's kind of like those science fair boards where it has like the backing and then the two flaps that like go in. So like on the board, it had my logo in the middle, and then on the two flaps, like on this side, it had a picture of my mom's place and a picture of my dream garage. And then I had a picture of the little Bissell machine that I was using to like a $3,500 like industrial machine. And within that few months, I got approved for that same exact garage, my dream garage, and I saved up money to purchase my big industrial shampooing machine. So I started to build towards the end of 2019, and then it was going good in the beginning of 2020, and then COVID came. So like they had to stop the construction for a bit until they were able to resume. And like there was like kind of like a lot going on, and even though like I still had my seasonal contracts with the Kitigan ZB Health and Social Services, a lot of business for residential was like slow because even though I was a cleaning business, people were very weary about having people come into their homes, which was totally understandable. And so I always had my mindset, like even when I like applied to build a headquarters, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have this here, and then I'm gonna expand to the national capital region. I'm like, I don't know how or when. So I just, I never gave up. I ended up taking on a prevention job at the health center on a reserve. So I was doing the prevention job during the day, and then like the seasonal contracts I would do at night, and like on weekends I would do like residential like detailing like for vehicles. And so an opportunity came up for me. Well, this is actually like how it started. In 2023, I went to the summer solstice powwow in Ottawa for a powwow pitch business competition. It's an Indigenous business competition. And before, like back in 2019, when I applied for the garage, I actually went in person to do to try out. And even though I didn't place, because it was kind of like more so still like an idea that was prospering, like I was speaking to the founder, and the founder's like, yeah, like the judges loved you, like they're really wanting you to come back. And so I didn't end up coming back 2020, but I came back in 2021. And from there, it was during COVID, so everything was kind of like online. But this time, instead of like people being located in Ottawa, it's people like all across Turtle Island. So there was like over 150 people when they did this first competition online, and I ended up making it to the last round, and I placed fourth, which was the youth award, and it was the top presenter under the 25. And so from there I ended up joining the powwow pitch again in 2023, and from there is when I met Shayla. I remember like I was like walking with my vision board, and I was like, oh my god, like it was at a new location. I'm like, I'm not sure where to go. So I ended up coming to the booth that Shayla was at, and she was like, hey, she's like, what's your business? And I'm like, oh, I'm Gavon, and I have a commercial cleaning company, and I'm trying to expand. And she's like, you should check out Adaway. So from there, I ended up winning third place at the summer solstice business powwow, or the powwow pitch competition. And from there, she's like, Shayla's like, yeah, you should come into Adaway. And just check it out. So I went to check it out a few times in July of 2023. And from there, she's like, oh my God, she's like we really need to get you into this like pilot business incubator program, because there's this incubator program that's starting, and she's like, it's the first one that's happening, and she's like, I think you would do really good in it. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, this is something that I was like manifesting, like something that I was really wanting, you know, like guidance. And from there I ended up applying, and I got accepted into the incubator program, and it was a 14-week program from September to December. And from there we were able to like incorporate our business. We had professionals help us like rebrand our logos. We were able to make a website. We were able to do networking events. They were out like providing us with like workshops, training, meeting other entrepreneurs. And so from there, I graduated in December. And so the last May in 2024, I actually participated in the Indigenous Prosperity Forum at the Hilton Lac Leamy in Gatineau. And from there, I actually met like Rich Coleman from BGIS, and then I met a few other people. And so from there, I was in contact with some people from BGIS, but then also that same year, last year, I applied for, I'm not applied, sorry. I had a big celebration for my business's 10-year anniversary, because even though I first started off like in 2010, it was kind of 2014 where I kind of started to take stuff like more serious, to where I was like posting, I was putting out community flyers. And so as I was like getting ready to prep for my business's 10-year anniversary, I was approached by Pomerleau Construction for a 10-year contract for their redevelopment of the Block 2 buildings across from Parliament Hill. So I was like, oh my God, I'm like this is where I was always planning to be. So so keeping in contact with Pomerleau, they were like letting me know kind of like at the beginning of this year, saying like, you know, like we want to be able they were asking me if I was from Kitigan Zibi. I was like, yes, I'm from Kitigan Zibi. They're like, you're Algonquin? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay. He's like, that's music to our ears. He's like, we're wanting to award the contract to an Algonquin cleaning company, because Ottawa is on the unceded and unsurrendered territory of the Algonquin people. They let us know that there was other First Nations cleaning companies, but they were wanting to specifically award it to an Algonquin business. So from there, they let me know at the beginning of this year that the contract would start in 2026. And then I got approached back in March, I believe, to do the site visit for the building, like to start me off on one of the buildings. So I completed the site visit, did the quote and proposal. So I've been, because they told me that the contract was going to be starting earlier than 2026. So I did an update to them. I sent them an email just kind of like seeing where everything was at. And the project manager was letting me know that somebody from his team would be contacting me like in the near future. So right now, I've been approached by a few different people like Pomerleau. I was speaking with Vanessa, Rich, Wade and Julie from BGIS, and got accepted for a 1-year agreement for me to be a mentee, and I got paired up with a mentor, and she so happens to do business as well. So there's like so much different like faded opportunities that have came up even just since the incubator program. Like all of this happened for a reason. Like when I met Shayla, I almost wasn't going to drive to Ottawa because I was working the night before, and it takes me 2 hours to get there, and the powwow pitched the registrations like early in the morning. And so that night before, I told myself, I'm like, you know what? I was like, if I wake up in the morning and tell myself I have to shower, shave, do all this stuff, I was like, I'm going to do it the night before, so I can't give that an excuse. So as I did that, in the morning, I was like so exhausted because I had a hard time falling asleep. So I was so excited. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm tired. But then I thought, I'm like, no, you already gassed up. You already showered the night before. All you have to do is like eat, brush your teeth. And like my vehicle was already packed up with my vision board and everything. So I was like, there's no excuses. But if I would have not have went to that powwow pitch competition, I would have not have met Shayla. I would have probably not have known what a Dawei is. I would have not have been in that incubator program. I would have not have probably been at the Prosperity Forum last year. Like there's so much amazing things that have been happening. And like last year I became a national ambassador of hope for Indigenous youth. So this year I fly back, I fly to Vancouver Island, and this year I'm becoming a mentor for the new cohort that comes in. So really it's like I know I'll always be in that student mode for the rest of my life, where it's like learning from people, but also being able to share my knowledge with other people. And like I get approached by a set like different like age categories, like no matter like if it's like youth, or if it's like people my age, or if it's people my parents' age or my grandparents' age, it's like able to connect with different people. So now it's like I'm at the point where it's like I have all these good opportunities coming. It's just really like I guess having them set in stone, if that makes sense.